Chilaquiles are quite literally soggy tortilla chips, but hot damn, they are soggy tortilla chips in all the right ways. A solid plate like this with a fried egg and some fresh toppings clocks in at 542 calories. This is easily one of my favorite breakfasts from my time in Mexico City last year, and you can make most of the stuff ahead of time and literally have it ready in 5 minutes. Quite simply, everyone should know how to make them. Hey everyone, I'm Ethan, a home cooking nerd who likes to find better ways to cook and share them with all of you. So there are a number of chilaquiles variation between, the sauces, red or green, or just the method of preparation. The one we're going to cover today is a fairly traditional method, except I've tweaked it just a tiny bit to make it a little bit easier for the home cook. So let's break it down. Most traditional preparations that I've seen are first fry some corn tortillas that are then mixed with a homemade salsa roja or salsa verde. Sometimes you can make them into large batches, like for a casserole where they become extra soggy for sandwich, one of my favorite sandwiches in Mexico City, or a more made-to-order version where the tortillas retain more crispness. I definitely like mine more on the soggy side with just a little bit of crunch to them. And then lastly, you just top them with whatever you want. Now, if I'm making these for 1 or 2 people quickly, I just opt for a quality corn tortilla chip rather than shallow frying or deep frying. Then I also make the sauce ahead of time, so I can quite literally just rip it out into a pan and have chilaquiles in about 5 minutes to paint with whatever toppings I have on hand. So let's go. To start, set the oven on broiler to roast the vegetables, and also set a kettle of water on to boil. While things heat up, let's get out our vegetable. Slice a jalapeno in half, along with a half of a white onion cut into quarters, and about 5 Roma tomatoes. Once chopped, add a tiny drizzle of oil to a sheet pan, and just place the vegetables cut side down on the pan along with a clove of garlic, and then toss everything under the broiler to brown up. Now you definitely want to keep an eye on these so they don't burn, but in the meantime we're going to cut and remove the seeds from 2 chilies de árbol. These are fairly spicy at around 20,000 Scoville units. A guajillo pepper is another common substitute, or you can skip the dried peppers altogether. Once the seeds are removed, pour the hot water over the chilies and just let them rehydrate for about 5 to 10 minutes. Now once the vegetables are brown, pull them out of the oven and add them to a blender or food processor with the rehydrated chilies and a small pinch of salt, and just blend everything until completely smooth. Now an important note here, typically chicken stock or water is added right at this blending step to thin it out. However, I like to keep it separate so then I can just use the salsa as needed for other things during the week. Then I'll use the stock only when I want to make chilaquiles. So toss the finished salsa in a jar container for whenever you are ready to use it. With the sauce done, this is how I make a single serving of chilaquiles in about 5 to 10 minutes. To start, place a pan over medium heat and add about a half tablespoon of oil. You definitely don't need much. Then once it's hot, you're going to add the sauce and let it cook alone for about 1 to 2 minutes to develop some flavor. Next, you're going to add about a half part to 1 part of chicken stock or water and let it cook for another 1 to 2 minutes. This is just going to thin out the sauce, and this is kind of what you want to play with depending if you want your sauce a little bit thicker or a little bit thinner. Now another very traditional item to add here is epazote, which is an herbaceous aromatic used in many Mexican dishes. It's kind of similar to how a bay leaf is used. Now I couldn't find this at my grocery store, so I left it out, but if you have it, go ahead and add it now. Once the sauce is cooked down to your liking, you're just going to add the tortilla chips of your choice, or again, you can fry your own tortillas if you want. They are a little bit thicker and have a bit better texture than straight tortilla chips, I will say, but for a quick version like this, I don't bother. Now turn off the heat and just toss everything together, and like I said, I like them on the soggy side, so I really let that sauce seep in there a bit, but if you want them crisp, you could just pour the sauce right over on top of the plate. Just do whatever you'd like to. So add the chilaquiles to a plate, and then you're going to hit it with some queso fresco, sour cream, you can do pickled onion, cilantro. There's plenty of things you can add to these, and then I also like adding up a fried egg on the side. Let's enjoy. And that, my friends, is how you make a nice plate of chilaquiles. Let's give them a taste test. Let's get a bite with that crispy runny egg in there. They're just so flavorful. I mean, with the sauce in there, and then the texture. I love the texture of these. Like, that's my big thing. The soggy tortilla chips. You don't want them super soggy, just don't let them sit that long before you eat them. I like them when they're nice and soggy. They still have a tiny, tiny bit of crunch left, but not much. That's kind of my preferred texture. But these things are so versatile, really. I mean, you can do red sauce, green sauce. You can have it for breakfast or brunch or, you know, hangover or something. Or you could make this into a lunch or dinner, you know, serve it with some poached chicken, maybe some steak or something like that. There's a million ways that you could take this dish and really use it however you want to. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed the video. The recipe for this specific version will be up on my website. I will catch you all in the next one. Peace.